Oh, perfect time. Encore just arrived, so I'll get started as he settles in. So again, everyone, thank you so much. Today's call, we'll be talking about or Bitdefender, and I know some of you are some familiar with Bitdefender, some not familiar. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to talk about how it works inside of MyRepairApp, just so you see right away how that works. And then what I'll do is I'm going to pass it along over to both Encore and Rogerio on as far as what the product is, how it works. It's a lot, right? Bitdefender does a ton of things, but what I don't want to do, I don't want to overwhelm you and try to teach you guys everything about what they offer because that would take a long time. And so we want to just keep it simple. We want to focus on some of the most effective tools that they have that they feel that most people use. So everything else is great. However, it's just it's just a lot, and so I don't want to overwhelm everyone. I want to start here, and then as time goes on, I think later on in the coming weeks and months, we'll slowly roll out additional training just so that you and your staff have a really good understanding of what Bitdefender is. However, I think that with this, you don't need to know a ton in order to help your customers and earn some money in the meantime. Reason being is the way it works is what we have this relationship with Bitdefender is if you were to go, let's say, so for instance, Best Buy is one of the larger retailers that carries Bitdefender. If you were to get Bitdefender from Best Buy and you wanted to sign up as a customer, I believe, get a 45-day free trial with
Pesky bird.
my,
Pesky
my repair
bird.
app. We offer so your clients would actually get a 90-day free trial, and what we did intentionally was made it where they don't even have to put a card on file, so they just get it. And so we'll show you how that works. So that way you don't really have to sell it. You just have to know a couple of key things, which are things that most people are paying for anyway, which are a malware protection, a VPN, and password manager. And one thing I want to talk about today as well, something what Bitdefender has is called Scamio. Super cool. I learned about it last week. I think that's just that one feature alone. You guys should be able to honestly upsell this to almost all of your customers because there's a actual ton of value there. And so we'll go over this, and as a reminder, this is recorded. We'll put this on YouTube. So today is the 21st of January. I will have this live on YouTube by the 22nd. So if you want to rewatch this, have your staff watch this, you're more than welcome to. And so, but the way it works, right, you get a 90-day free trial. I'm going to share my screen and show you how that works. And the customers don't really have to do a ton. As long as they activate it, then if they activate the plan and renew it by paying, then you would earn, I think it's like around 13 bucks. And in addition to that, we're running a contest right now. So not only would you make $13, but even if your customers don't pay anything, simply what I'll show you right now, just simply setting up their free trial, you can win at least 25 bucks, and it's actually up to 750 bucks. So it's a lot of money on the line. And what I'm going to encourage you guys right now is the first 3 people that are watching this right now, if you're watching, 3 people, the first of you that will send me at support at, or excuse me, at hello@myrepairapp.com, send me a picture of the Bitdefender flyer that we've been posting everywhere with that in your lobby and on your window. The first 3 people that do that right now, I'll give you an extra 25 bucks. So if you want to make that would technically, once you have 10 flyers or 10 activations in a month, you would get another 25, so that should be 50 bucks. So for a couple minutes of your time, if you want to make 50 bucks, the first 3 people that do that, then I will give you that extra money. So feel free to take advantage of that. So all you have to do is go look at my profile, look at my personal profile page on Facebook or the Facebook user group. The latest post have the flyers that you need to have on display in your store, and you will be able to win some extra money. So here's how it works inside of MyRepairApp, and then we'll go into the actual features themselves and what Bitdefender is, how it works, and why your customers should offer it. It is a great value, and in fact, I actually recently, like I said, I think about a month ago, I already switched over to Bitdefender. I was using something called, I think it was like 1Password or whatever. I now use Bitdefender because I get like a billion more things for a couple, like $5-6 more. So it makes so much sense. But so if you want to activate it, you just go to your settings, click on the top right corner, go to integration settings toward the bottom, and then just scroll down and select Bitdefender. And for the purpose of this, just as an example, I'm going to just show how it loads without auto attaching it. But my recommendation is enable the integration and then enable auto attach code to every trial, every ticket. The reason being for that is no matter when you create a ticket, whether it's a repair or a sale, you'll have a code generated, right? Your customers get a code that's generated, and you'll be able to go ahead and enroll them. I'll show you how this works. So we're going to go, let's just say we're creating a sale. So hypothetically, if I had it where it would auto attach, it would have already opened up right here as soon as I created a ticket, right? I'm gonna put in the SKU. So this is a unique code, which, by the way, once Encore hops on, he's going to talk about soon, I think in the next week or so, we are going to start trialing out adding individual QR codes per store. So that way it'll be much easier for you to activate these codes. You'll be able to just have your customers, or let's say your sales rep at the front desk, scan the QR code to help activate your customer Bitdefender trial that fast. So you got the code, all you do, and by the way, if you print the receipt, it will have the code on there. I don't recommend giving them the code that way. My recommendation is doing this. If you want to earn as much money as possible and actually help your customers as much as possible, take this code, copy it, go, and you can, by the way, you can do this at any time during the transaction, right? So you can do this at check-in, or after the customer's been checked in and while you have their device, or at checkout. But it literally takes, we did this last week, it takes like 40 seconds to activate the code. So all you do is you go to central.bitdefender.com, click on create account, and you're going to put in your customer's name, right? And then you ask them for their email address. You probably already have it if you check them in. And then you can have them create their own password. Hey, Mr. Customer, can you go ahead and create a password here? Cool. Do you guys agree to the terms and conditions? Have them click that, right? Obviously, they read through it all. Fantastic. Hit create account. You're going to hit get started. So right here, you'll see they can get a free 30-day trial, or they have a code. They click on this. You're going to put that code. You're going to paste it in there. Hit activate. Confirm activation. Done. Screenshot this. What I need from you guys, if you want to earn free money from this competition, because look, the customer didn't have to put in any card information. They didn't have to pay for anything. If you just do this and screenshot at least 10 of these and then send them to hello@MyRepairApp with the picture of the flyer in your lobby and on your window, you'll earn at least 25 bucks. The person who sends us the most amount of these earns $750, and then it's like 500, 300, 200, 100. So there's $5,000 that we're giving away for literally selling something that you're not even collecting money for. The trial is free. It's as easy as that. And then if you want to help them, guide them through this, you can. However, it's pretty self-explanatory. They can go through it and set it up. But if they decide to do this, they do this, and then let's say they decide to pay, because they're like, hey, I like this, and they pay for the Bitdefender subscription, you will earn it's like 30% commission. It's like $13 or something like that. And you can offer this to all of your customers. It's easy money. And Bitdefender is the leading cybersecurity company in the world, and so that's from our end. That's how easy it is. It's that easy to sell it, that easy to offer it. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this over to Encore, so that way he can go over a little bit more about the competition if he needs to, and then he will go over the few features that we'll be discussing, so that way you guys know how Bitdefender works. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat. We can also, toward the end at the call, which will be only like 10-15 minutes from now, we'll go ahead and open it up to Q&A.
Perfect. Thank you, Tony. And I'm here with the MyRepairApp partner.
Yo, what's up, John?
How's it going?
With a Campus Quick Fix. So it's a repair shop on wheels, which is pretty cool. I'm in his trailer right now, talking about Bitdefender. So Tony, what do you like for me to go over today?
I think the same thing. I think what I want to do is I want to just make sure that people know. So Scamio is a big one, right? I want to talk a little bit about Scamio, and I think there's a lot of value in that. Most shops encounter issues where we all heard it, where you have an elderly person who goes, I clicked on something and now my phone's got all these issues. And I think this is a great way where shops can be not just responsive, but also proactive in helping customers deal with that type of stuff. So that's a big one. And of course, I think same as last week for now is just making sure And to be honest, I didn't put it on YouTube last week, but we'll put it on YouTube. We'll talk about the malware, VPN, and password manager. I think just, it's similar stuff as last week. However, not everybody got to watch it, and I would like to just make sure that we cover that pretty thoroughly, and then maybe we can definitely go over some different things next week, but I think just keeping it simple this week will work.
Okay, perfect. So I'll start with Scamio. So Scamio is a scam prevention technology built by Bitdefender. And with Bitdefender Total, it's a comprehensive technology. I'll show you a little bit of demo of Scamio real quick, but essentially with Bitdefender, if you have Bitdefender Total loaded on your device, which is the product that you guys have a 90-day trial for, any sort of scam that comes through, whether it's via text, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or even like a picture text or whatever, Scamio can pick it up, and Scam Prevention can pick it up and tell you that it's a scam. Roger, you want to add anything onto that from maybe a more comprehensive
I think you
explanation?
mentioned Discord, so it's WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and Discord. It's basically an AI chatbot, but with a security context from Bitdefender. So if you receive a suspicious message, you're not sure if it's a scam, you can, like Angkor said, you can share an image, like a screenshot of the message or the text itself, and then it will advise you on if it looks suspicious or not from the bot's threat intelligence data that it has.
I didn't know that's for Discord too. That's actually a good point, because Discord is, we have a huge Discord community. Even right now, it's, it's not that huge. 59 people online right now, but I think that's pretty good for. We haven't posted anything about our Discord community in like half a year, so it's pretty active. Got tons of people in there, so a lot of people use it, and so that's good to know that, again, no matter where you are, basically there are people that are obviously trying to scam you. I will say one thing, by the way, just before we move on to the next thing, for those who are watching, if you are not sure the Bitdefender flyer, it's posted on my page on the user group, but then we'll also go ahead and follow up with an email to everybody as well, just one more time to make sure that you guys have the flyer. Again, like I said, the next people right now, like 3 of you, you can email me right this moment. If you send me the pictures of those flyers in your store, then you'll get an extra $25 each. So I'll let you continue. Oh, you're muted, Encore. Yeah. Technical difficulties.
John just asked me a question if it's part of the Bitdefender, if it's a separate app. So I'm gonna reiterate again, this is part of the Bitdefender package. So in addition to antivirus security and web protection for iOS, Android, PC, and Mac, because it's up to 5 devices you can cover, it also comes with scam protection as well. So, simple use case, my sister-in-law was flying in last minute from Toronto. She found a website with Chinese writing that had the cheapest ticket. She was in a hurry. She bought the ticket online, and then she's like, wait, is this fraud? She sent me a ticket. I put it through Scamio and responded back saying, this is a legit website. So she got quite a deal for some website I never heard of. But the point is, it's something that can be interactive that people can use. And it's a real life use case where it might be legit, but you never know until you actually run it through a bot. What's the next product like for me to cover today, Tony?
I would say malware.
Malware. Okay, perfect. So look, malware protection. I'm going to use, most of you guys have mobile devices. So for Android and iOS, the most common is you get a text from UPS saying, hey, we can deliver your package. Please click the link here to enter your address and credit card credentials. I'm sure you guys see that all the time. I'm sure many of you have customers that have fallen for that. And it's basically a way to help get them through to scan their information. With malware protection, the minute you click that link, when it redirects you to another website, Bitdefender, whether it's on iOS, PC, Mac, Android, or it'll automatically pop up saying, block that site from being entered. And this is a simple way to protect users and consumers from any sort of fraud. And this is a way to build your brand as well, because Bitdefender is a well-known brand. I think Tony sent you many of the flyers. You can Google us as well. We're one of the most award-winning technologies that exists as of today in terms of endpoint security, and this is a good way to build trust with your customers. So you come in to fix your devices. We protect the hardware, with MyRepairApp insurance as well. You can protect it going forward. And then Bitdefender protects the software on your device from any malware, whether even an email. So someone sends an email with an attachment, which we see a lot as well too. Bitdefender will protect against that. Any sort of website trying to steal your information, Bitdefender protects against that as well. And when you install Bitdefender, specifically on Android, PC, and Mac, it will scan the device for any sort of malicious content. So if there's any files that are malicious, it will scan that for the customer, and it'll say, hey, look, here's what's malicious, and it'll remove that malicious content. And this is part of the trial that you guys have available to your customers. Any questions? So
Makes sense.
I see someone said Saturday I work from home. I sent it via email to my customer. He's talking about the Bitdefender trial, I guess, right?
I think that and the flyer, because I think he posted that when I was talking about the flyer, like on the
What's the next question you have, Tony? Or next?
Yeah. So VPN. I know we kind of touched on it, but I think VPN's a good one because there's more angles than just simply security. Security is a good one, but there's still other stuff too.
Actually, sorry to interrupt. I have a question.
Yeah.
So would you say this would be a good product mostly for like the senior citizens, the people that aren't sure, oh, I'm always getting this or I'm always getting that, and they just want to be sure, like, hey, look, there's a free trial, and would this be a good product for them? Or would this just be a general, not IT, but general security base for just mostly antiviruses or malware?
So I'd say both, and I'll tell you why. So actually, our most likely customers that sign for Bitdefender proactively are usually people who are a little more tech savvy. Because once again, if you do a quick Google Bitdefender, we are the most award-winning endpoint security over the last 20 years, based on AV Comparatives, which is a neutral award you can't really buy. And so usually men who are tech savvy from between the ages of 21 to 45 are the ones that usually proactively buy us. Our fastest growing segment happens to be people in the elderly people, mostly because of actually the scam prevention. So for web security, for digital identity protection, for the VPN, which I'm about to talk about, that's usually where it veers a little bit younger. But since we launched a scam prevention, Scamio protection feature about a year and a half ago, we're seeing that our fastest growing segment is actually in the elderly community.
Would not have guessed that.
Yeah, neither would I have. Actually, it's grown so fast in some markets, specifically in France. Now it's our largest segment population. In the U.S., it's still veers younger, but scam prevention has been a huge push, I think, generally. And so we've got a lot of our banking partners and a lot of our telco partners that recommend Bitdefender as a result of that.
Very cool.
So VPN, look, everyone knows what VPN does. There are some states in this country where maybe there's some restrictions on content you can see. With the VPN, you can change your geolocation. A more basic use case, if you go to Starbucks, you can turn VPN on just as a privacy mechanism. So no one can, it's a more open source Wi-Fi that protects your information. Our VPN, we offer, with the Bitdefender Total, you get 200 megs of free VPN every single day. In terms of, we have a more comprehensive package, which is called Premium Bitdefender Security, which is a more premium package that your customers can convert to, and you guys will get a paid portion of that if they do convert to that. That offers unlimited VPN. But that's included in the app. And honestly, a lot of it is just if people want to use it real quickly, or if they just want to test the VPN out. We use a pretty robust VPN. You can change your geolocation to Spain or Germany or wherever. My son's a big fan of La Liga, Barcelona FC, so I use our VPN to change our geofence sometimes to Spain, so you could access content from there that we can't necessarily get in the United States.
Yeah, and I think it's good to also note that, a lot of people out there are obviously, I mean, I don't know how many, I wish I knew the number, but a lot of people are paying already for a VPN, a password manager, a malware, and oftentimes it's different companies. And I bet you most of the people that walk in through our doors are paying for something like that and paying more and getting less. And so they're already familiar with some products of that.
So VPN on average costs $50. So for this product, at $50 you get a VPN, digital identity protection, which scans your dark web for any exposure to your phone number or email address, antivirus, enhanced malware protection, and password manager. It's all included at a $50 price point, or $45 actually. So
I haven't even had a chance to set everything up. There's actually so much stuff you get.
yeah.
It's wild. So I was like, man, this it's very. I mean, if you guys, by the way, if you guys a store like haven't signed up yet, just get the trial and try it out. I guarantee you're gonna keep it. Like I'm keeping it simply for the password manager. Everything else is icing on the top. It's great, but there's a lot of features in there. It's really nice.
Perfect. I guess we have 5-6 minutes left for Q&A. So if anyone has any questions or that they want to ask.
Yeah, and then I can't remember, even though it's only been like 2 minutes. Did we cover the password manager?
We did not. Rogerio,
Yes, sir.
my friend, you mind giving just a quick overview of password manager? I know about it, but what separates ours from like the run-of-the-mill market password manager?
So some people might use the password manager in the browser. That's a very bad idea because if your browser gets hijacked, then they can steal all your passwords. Our password manager allows you to access all your, not just your passwords, but credit cards, any private data that you have, you can save it there. It's in a vault online that not even Bitdefender can access it. Only you can access it with your master key. So again, it's not just a password manager. It keeps all the private data saved, and you can access from any of your devices, Mac, Windows, iOS, and Android. Yeah, so it's a pretty straightforward product. It's very sticky. Customers, once they start using it, they like it because they see how easy it is to use, and it's easier for them to generate new passwords, so they don't have to use the same password over and over again. And then whenever they have to access a website, they don't have to remember the credentials for that specific website. The password manager will automatically prompt it for them.
Yeah, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, from someone who seems to have trouble remembering his password all the time, it's very convenient.
Question about the password manager. Does it support passkeys as well, where I can save passkeys to it, or it doesn't currently, or two-factor authentication instead of using a third-party app? Can I also use it as the authenticator app, similar to Apple's password manager?
Yeah, it doesn't have that multi-factor authentication. I don't know that it would have, because ideally you want to keep it separately, right? So that if you have access to the password from the password manager somehow, you don't have access to that one-time key that the authenticator generates. I'm not sure that it will be included in the same.
Rogerio,
Can you guys still hear
going
me?
in and out.
So yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, so what I was saying is the authenticator, it's not something that we have inside the app because we want to separate the two, right? Because it's a multi-factor authentication. You don't want to keep both in the same place. But it's definitely a good idea, an idea to bring up to the team. So I can bring it up to the product team, see what they think.
All right, so we have a
So
question
it's
here.
not currently supported either in the app or outside the app. It's not something that Bitdefender currently has. Is that correct?
Well, Bitdefender supports multi-factor authentication, yes, for accessing Bitdefender services. What I'm saying is, in the password manager app, we don't have an authenticator where you can basically get the one-time passwords for other websites. And the reason for that is, like I said, because you want to separate where you keep your passwords from where you get your one-time authentication. You don't want them to be in the same place, because if one gets compromised, obviously the other ones might get compromised as well, right? So the answer is yeah, it's not in there. But like I said, I'll take the note and I'll bring it to the product team, see if they can think of any ideas of how to maybe make it easier for the user to access both in the same place without compromising one or the other.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Rogerio. So we have a question here. Who's your biggest competitor? McAfee, Nord, etc. So our biggest competitors would be probably McAfee and Norton. We're the third biggest in terms of market share. Why is yours better? That's a good question. So first thing is we're the only company that has globally that has B2B space and B2C space. What that means is we have a whole segment of our company, about half, which focuses on enterprise grade technology. So most of our R&D is built for them. Most of our threat analysis is based off their technology. And so out of the three I mentioned, we're the only ones that have that. And so we scaled that technology down to the consumer to make it user friendly. So basically you're getting enterprise grade protection at the consumer level. Rogerio, I know you have some talking points on what differentiates between McAfee and Norton. If you want to add some color to what I just said.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to the Norton guys or any of the guys and ask them what product is best, they're going to tell you theirs is, and we're going to tell you ours is. The only way to really know is based on independent third-party testing, where you basically sign up for the test. They test it however they see fit. They test all the products the same, and every quarter they release a list of the winners. And if you look in the last 12 to 14 years, Bitdefender has been the top product over and over again for multiple years. In detection, in low false positives, because you don't want the antivirus software alerting the user every 2 minutes for something that's really not a danger, as well as keeping the performance usage low, which is very important, especially for gamers, or if you're trying to watch a stream on your computer or your device. You don't want it bogging down the device to where it's secure but it's unusable. So that's another area where we do very well when it comes to third-party testing.
Yeah, and I think Encore is going to show you guys some statistics on that, but I've looked at a few different third-party, like when we were talking to Bitdefender, obviously we had to do our due diligence and know, hey, who do we partner with, right? And it's the same question. Why choose Bitdefender versus Nord versus McAfee for our stores? It was the same thing. Bitdefender came on top in every section. Every category you can think of. There was, I think I saw 3 different tests. I mean, one of them is obviously you can look at PCMag.com, but again, going back a decade, I think pretty much every single year were considered to be the top choice across the board in every category, as far as the technology, the customer satisfaction, the cost, all of that. That's from my perspective.
Sorry, Don, what was your question?
Does it have an allowed list? So sometimes, like if I've tried to run BitRacer or some of my other diagnostic software, my PC security won't let it run. It won't let it load. It won't let it do its thing because it thinks it's malware, because it goes into basically format an iPad or something like that. And I've had to disable it in order to get my other programs to run. Does this have that as well?
It does, yeah.
You don't have to disable it. You can actually, it gives you a white label. What's it called? Whitelist. You can actually add sites that it won't red flag.
Okay.
A good example is you sometimes see in apps, especially in Android, if it's not HTTPS, which I think 99% of websites are now, but some of the older apps are not, it might red flag it saying, hey, why are you putting your credit card credentials in this app? Let's say it's like a pizza shop that has its own app from 20 years or 10 years ago. It might red flag it. But if you know it's a pizza shop, you could override it. It's not a secure way to put your credit card credentials, but it definitely helps. Here's also a feature differentiation that our guys built based off Bitdefender Total Securities, which you guys are offering to your customer. Bottom is the retail sticker price. Your customers, once again, their first year get a heavily discounted price around $45 to $50, depending on the time of the year. And there's a feature breakdown list of comparable products from McAfee and Norton.
So as you guys can see, obviously there's a lot more benefits, and on top of that, it's cheaper. But yeah, like I said, also, and I heavily encourage you guys, I mean, a couple things to keep in mind, right? Your customers get a free 90-day trial. You're not collecting card information. And it's going to be easiest to offer this naturally if you and your staff members download the free trial for yourselves. And then if you love it, maybe you keep it. Maybe you pay for your employees to have it. I don't know. But all I'll say is, at least during the trial, if you guys know how it works, it's going to be in your front of house knows how it works. It's going to be much more natural. Again, you don't have to spend a ton of time talking about it. but I think you can eventually kind of become more proficient in learning, hey, based on the customer I'm talking to, based on the type of customer and the conversation we're having, I can bring this up, bring up a specific feature, right? 'Cause there are obviously Bitdefender, there's a ton of different features. And so you don't want to talk about everything, right? You're going to spend the next 20 minutes talking to your customer. You really want to give them a quick elevator pitch, give the trial, go onto the website, activate it for them, and show them here's how you can access it. You're going to get an email, and it's going to, do blah, 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 blah for you. And then for you, what's important is do that, screenshot the activation code, send them to the hello@myrepairapp.com. And that way you can earn at least 25 bucks if you send in at least 10 of those with the pictures of the flyer in your lobby. And again, if I haven't looked at my email yet, I think I saw one notification or two, but the first three people right now who send me an email with a picture of the flyer in their lobby and one on their window, I'm going to give you an extra 25 bucks. Simple as that. So again, I want to be respectful of everyone's time. I appreciate you guys. I try to keep these concise. As if you know me, I'm a blabber. I try not to. But it comes from a good place. But I want to thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. You can always ask our support team. You can always contact us directly through submitting support tickets. At the same time, next week on the 28th, we'll be live again for Bitdefender. That day, we'll cover some other features. So I'm not exactly sure which ones yet, but we'll cover a couple others. So that way you and your staff have a good lineup of the different values that you can present to your clients. Again, just let's get going with these trials, get them going, because again, your customers don't have to pay in order for you to win in the competition, right? It's simply activating a free trial, and just that action alone with the picture of the flyers will earn you money up to $750. And so I'll say this much: right now, just as a I guess like this is like behind the scenes information, insider trading. That's what I'm looking for. Insider information. If you send me 37 flyers right now, or a picture of 37, excuse me, not 57 flyers, you would earn $775. Just a hint as far as first place. Not very hard considering most shops, you get a decent amount of customers every day, and each person gets a flyer. Each person gets an activation code. So if you activate it help everyone activate it, it takes less than 1 minute. You can win hundreds and hundreds of dollars. In addition to, if they do end up upgrading, you get a commission of about it's just 30%. So about $12, $13 per plan sold that they pay, and then we'll just ACH you directly the money. But I don't see anything else in the chat. I want to thank everyone for your time. I appreciate it. If you're watching this live and maybe you missed something or you came in halfway through, we will have this on our YouTube channel tomorrow, which is just My Repair App on YouTube. And I appreciate everyone's time. Thanks so much.